is the easiest. Meaning you don't have to put no cash up, no credit up, you don't have to invest anything.
Ain't no license, certification.
No license, no certification. But yo, it is the hardest thing. Like if you have a full-time job, you probably can't. You probably can't wholesale, cold call. You are doing a lot of marketing and sales. Footwork. So it is time consuming. Yeah. Right? So don't get it twisted. Like it is easy, meaning we all have the tools right now to do it, but you have to have the willingness and the time to do it. The other part, like investing or group economics, is even easier if you have it. If you have 20K in the bank right now, putting up 5 with your friends is easy. You'll put up 5 with your friends for a stupid ass vacation to wherever the hell, bro.
Buying time
you know what I mean?
They go through 5 to crypto.
Word.
To crypto, bro.
Word.
No offense to crypto. Like I'm not in it, but people are. Apparently, people make money. But yo, people blow 5 in Vegas to look cool on Instagram. Yo, people throw
in the club
25 to weddings. I love love. I'm all for it, but
I love.
People will throw all this money to a wedding and don't own a property yet.
Word.
You know what I mean? Or don't own anything yet. It's not really, because I like to take it bigger than real estate. It's not just real estate, but don't own a business, don't own any stocks, don't have any money invested in anything, mutual funds, nothing, don't own a house. And I hate going on Instagram and seeing people talk like the way that I'm talking now. Like we do have a duty to be young and have fun. Yeah. At the end of the day, man, it's just priorities. Don't be young and having fun, but then saying, yo, I want to do what you do, bro. I want to get in the game. Like I said, I'm not even an expert. I just wanted to do it. Yeah. I had a willingness to do it and didn't make excuses.
Yeah. Why did you choose the wholesaling route as your first route to go?
I had no money. I own a nonprofit organization. I didn't have enough bread to buy a house. My credit wasn't strong enough to buy a house. Yeah. But I didn't do wholesaling first. Simultaneously, we did wholesaling when we purchased that property. So I did have, I used the funds from my first wholesaling / profit syndication to help buy the property. So I did a buy and hold strategy and wholesaling strategy basically at the same time.
And you still own that first property right now?
Yeah.
Okay, you're still renting it out right now?
Yep, okay. And we just put a contract, actually today, and I expect a round of applause after I say this, 'cause I'm gonna give myself one. We just got another apartment building under contract today.
Really?
Yeah, that was cool. So we just got, it's dope too. It's like a big brick joint. Like it's like, oh yeah, like a bunch of windows.
This is a wholesale?
Multi-unit?
No, like we own this joint.
Oh, you own
under
it?
contract.
Oh, okay.
We have like 2 or 3 under contract for wholesale. Like we gotta.
Okay, and y'all trying to move those now?
We're trying to move those now.
Okay.
If anybody is looking for an investment opportunity in Somerset County, New Jersey, we have like 2 or 3.
Oh, my ladies from the hood.
Yeah.
You may have to talk.
Yeah, we might have to talk. We have a couple. We got a couple. And I'll talk about my business model too, on how you guys can get involved without having to form an LLC or without having to do all these things. And that's what United Home Relief, my business model is for. Yeah.
When you do the wholesaling and you have a contract for a property, the person when they give you that money, or give the owner of that property the money, is it like cash? You have to pay that in cash immediately, like full thing in cash, or can you put 20% down, get a bank loan, get a private equity loan?
It's usually not a mortgage.
Okay, so that's cash.
Now sometimes, because it's never cash. Nobody's showing up to the table with a briefcase of cash.
I'm thinking somebody coming with $100,000 check, like, yo, I got $100,000 for you.
Yeah, no, it's a check like that. So it goes like this. It's usually not a mortgage, because that requires a lot of regulation.
Yeah.
A lot of times, because even sometimes when we flip properties now, we go through like hard money lenders.
Okay.
To where like it's a short-term mortgage, like 6 months to a year.
Okay.
Right, and they'll give you the money specifically for fix and flip. So a company we use, they finance the construction 100%, and then 85% of the acquisition. So if the property is $100,000, we only got to come up with 15, and they're paying for the whole $50,000, $60,000 renovation. So for 15 grand, we can do an all-in project of a 160 grand,
so
150.
Are you charging interest or profit, or are they taking
1 point on profit, 9% interest.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's interest, but the margins, because now your ROI changes. Instead of the ROI of the whole thing, which we like to be around 25%. Now we're looking at cash on cash. So if the property makes, let's say, 50 grand, so all in 150, you sell it, you make 50. We're making 50 on our 15.
Yeah. So give them the formula for cash on cash.
Cash on cash would be, so ROI in general is your profits divided by your all-in costs. So your net profits, divided by your all-in costs. So the profits on that property would have been 50 grand divided by all-in, which was 150, whatever that number is. I can't do it in my head, but it's a percentage. It'll be a point something.
33%.
0.3 or whatever, and you go.
The profit margins were.
So that's 33% ROI. That's great.
That's amazing.
That's great. But that's not our ROI. Our ROI is cash on cash. Yeah. So we're all in at 15%. So we're going 50,000 divided by 15,000.
Oh, that's absurd.
That's an absurd ROI, right? It's another level. Now, it won't be 50 because you got to subtract your realtor commission fees. You got to subtract the interest, right? We usually project it at 6 months, so that is 9% annually. So you subtract that. Exactly. So now, let's pretend it's 35 instead.
Okay.
So now you're all in is 35. So 15,000 divided by 30,000 is still a crazy ROI.
What's
it's
a
like
good
100-something%.
What's a good cash on cash ratio?
I mean, it's just money is money. So anything over, like I said, anything over 14% is good. Anything over 14% is good returns. You can't go now. I mean, you're in finance. You can't go nowhere and get 30%. Like banks is giving you like 0.03.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like mutual funds.
The rate to get is 6 to 7%, and that's if you're doing like S&P 500 or something, and that's been shit the whole year. So
you know what I mean? So it's like, what we do, that 15%, we allow y'all, whoever, anybody who's listening at United Home Relief, we allow you to put in with us on that 15, minimum of 10K down. So if you give us 20, we'll break in and put 10 in one property, 10 in another. But we give you preferred 30% returns, which means for no matter what we make, we're going to give you 30%.
Wow.
Because there's enough equity there.
Yeah.
And we're new, we're young. We're probably going to change it to 25 or 20 as we get going. Yeah. But we're new, we're young. We don't mind only profiting $15,000 cash on a flip. But we made these guys make $2,000 each. Right? And now we didn't use any of our money.
That's marketing right there.
You see what I mean?
You're going to start talking. We word of mouth.
And do you put a timetable?
And word of mouth, exactly.
You say what is, and I mean, I know you got to wait 3 months before you can even flip, but do you say, all right, 6 months?
6 is what we run the numbers as.
Okay.
We run the numbers as 6. If it don't flip within 6 months, something was done wrong. Anything, I've never seen a flip sit for a year. Like we get real antsy at 9 months. But like if you do it properly in the way that we would do it, the work usually only takes like 30, 45 days. Like the work is like, especially if it's a vacant property, like they just running through that joint. There's be a whole lot of people in there working. Get done 21 to 45 days. After that, it's on the market. You really can put it on the market before, and like you can get renderings of what it's gonna look like. Right? You can just say coming soon. You can get somebody to buy it early and customize the house.
Interesting.
So say, hey, we about to rehab this. If you buy it now at whatever our end price is, you know what I'm saying? Not only will we give you a $10,000, $15,000 discount, but also you can tell us what kind of kitchen you got. What granite countertops do you want? What, you know what I mean? Like you can customize. But the answer to your question is we do our numbers within 6 months. So that means if you put in $10,000 in 6 months, that $10,000 gets returned to you in the form of $13,000. So you made $3,000 profit when you're 10. Yeah, for investing in United Home Relief.
Now here's my question now. So you guys are like promising that return right there. Now
Don't promise anything. Preferred.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say because I see. I'm like, all right, yeah. All right, I thought I heard promise. I'm like, all right, that's.
But here's the deal. I know what you're gonna ask. You want your lousy $3,000 back? Here it is. That's how we conduct business. We'll refinance you out and go ahead. We don't want to do business with people who are answer you about $3,000 in 3-4 months because they don't understand it. Then you just don't get investing because you're not getting that anywhere. 30% on your bread. You give me 20, I'm giving you 26.
That's why when you said 30%, I'm like that's aggressive. Right?
You got to think. If you gave me 20, I gotta make sure I give you 6 on your 20.
Yeah,
$6,000, bro, on a flip. We talking big numbers. Now I gotta give you a 20 as well, but the 20 is in the form of equity. The 20 was in the down payment. Yeah. We have that equity in the house. Worst case, we dump it. I give you all your money back, everybody their money back, and we just didn't profit. Yeah. Or we're in the hole. I don't even see how that would happen with those kind of numbers. You see what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're already buying it with the equity, like you said.
Yeah, the money got put in the pocket. It's not like I own the property and you gave me money to fix it, and one of my contractors ran off on a plug or something. That's different.
Yeah.
It's different. No, we're actually taking this money. At the worst case, that's what I love about real estate. The term is even funny, so I'm gonna just say the term. Worst case scenario, we get stuck with a house. So we just talking about how important it is to own a house, right? So when you're in buying and flipping, worst case you're stuck with a house that's appreciating every year in value, right? You have equity in the property. If we stuck with it, we can always rent it out and at least break even on our mortgage and taxes so that we're not in the hole, right? There's so many strategies, right? You could rent it out for years, refinance, buy everybody out, now own it out right now. I'm stuck with a house, boo-hoo me. I have another house in my real estate portfolio. Which the other dope part about us being so young and new to the game is that, you know, anything that we can get our hands on where we own is a win for us because we're trying to build our portfolio. Now, if we had 20 units already, and we're already overwhelmed, like, okay, then you could say we're stuck with a house. But like right now, stick me all the houses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let me get all those if you want to, you know, be stank and pull your piece of equity out. And I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta refinance you out. Like, okay, it is what it is.
Word. I'm gonna change it up though. Like, if y'all got questions.
Yeah, hop in. I love these questions.
I actually do have one.
Yeah.
One thing I've been looking at recently is the concept of taking money from your 401k and using it towards your first-time home ownership. I don't know if you have any insight or anything on that by chance.
I don't. I mean,
okay.
Yo, again,
I seen online too that like
you can
when
do
you
it.
do that, you don't get the charge either, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, but
or home.
yeah, but at the same time, you do have to.
No.
You do have to put the money back in for sure into your 401k. The most you can take out of your 401k for a house is $50,000, minimum 10, and that's what I got for now.
Yeah. So as far as the details of that strategy and like all that, obviously it would depend on wherever you have your 401k at. Everywhere's different. So I can't really speak to that.
Not for sure.
But what I will say is, all that is you saying, my legacy is more important than my retirement. And I personally agree with that, so I'm all for it. If you got 50K 401k and you want, because you're not losing the 50. It's in a house.
And then it's getting interest on, and it's coming back to you in the back.
Correct. I mean, whether it's cash flow from rental income or if it's just natural appreciation. Yeah. So you're not like actually, like you are spending it, but you're not. Not like you're buying a chain or a car. Or you put out 50K for your wedding.
Putting it elsewhere.
You're putting it in a house
value.
That like, you have to appreciates in value. In most cases, now, so, you know, sometimes it could, but at the end of the day, supply and demand, and God's not making no more land, so it's naturally gonna appreciate in value.
Ooh,
that was the behind
this nigga Sing Sing. That was Sing Sing right there.
That was Sing Sing.
But you get what I'm saying? It's like you're not really. So I recommend it. It's like if I could take out a 401k for my job and start a business, like that would be ideal too, because now I'm putting my passion right before my retirement. Sounds good to me. I'd rather retire happy and.
Who's to say you will even make it, God forbid, to that age, and then now you really tight. It's like,
you feel what I'm saying?
I was stacked all these years, and I can't even touch this shit.
Which
God sent me back.
Story,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, it's tough. It's like you can say that about anything too, though. I got a real estate portfolio of 20 properties, and pass away, and I don't get 20, but my kids do.
See, that's how
exactly.
That's a whole
different.
Copy that.
You rather 20 units?
20 units?
But you gotta be careful though. What if your kids can't, and this is me playing devil's advocate because I'm getting comfortable now. What if your kids can't maintain 20 units and they lose them?
There's gonna be another wholesaler that might be able to come up off them. They gonna
and hopefully you pass the information.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
And hopefully you passed off that information, that knowledge to them, and it's embedded in them from
them. Bro.
You know what I'm saying? They probably don't, because if you don't give them that knowledge, which is what I was saying about my uncles, it's literally exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like, you know,
you just gonna leave them a handful.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, that's when you get to the people where it's like, all right, my mother or my aunt passed away and she left me with this property. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm paying property taxes on it. I'm just trying to flip this. Like, somebody take this off my hands.
Yeah.
And my uncles and my grandfather, their first entry into the game was just like looking around, and this dude was just like, yo, this property's just sitting here. I come past this every single day. I leave work and I drive past this property every single day. Nobody's ever there. Like, I called into the city, and the city's just like, yeah, this person owns it, but you know, they're paying property taxes on it. They haven't made any renovations to it, and it's just sitting there. Nobody's living in there. Nobody's rented it out. You could probably reach out to them, and they trying to get that off.
I was gonna say, hold on. So pause the podcast. So what's the address? You know
these things out there that like my uncles still find.
It's real life. I can make up right now off the top of my head 20 different scenarios of how you come into it. Like that's a simple one, bro. Somebody, even if I had to relocate and I move, but I understand real estate, right? So I rent out my own house because I know the power of real estate. And then now that person moves out. How am I getting another tenant in that property? Let's pretend I'm making buku money too, elsewhere, out of state. How do I get another tenant? I gotta hire a realtor. What if my job is too demanding, right? So now the joint is just vacant. I'm paying taxes, but I understand real estate, so I know by keeping it, there's some value there, right? It's paid off. You know what I mean? So like that's a real scenario that there's thousands, maybe even millions of people that are in that scenario. Where if you're a wholesaler, you just gotta find that scenario. How do you find it? Strength in numbers, baby. All the marketing techniques we just said, social media, bandit signs, everything, bro. Word of mouth. You know, like those are scenarios. People pass away every single day. Yeah. People are passing away.
That is a fact.
People are passing away with houses to their kids, and we, like our generation is spoiled, man. We'll get a whole house and sell that joint immediately for the bag. We just got to be here waiting for them to sell. Yeah. One man's trash is always another man's treasure. That'll never go. You know,
you got so many people where their family lives here, they live here.
That's the other thing. Like if something happened to anybody in my family right now, like we all live in different states. So now I'm gonna come up on a house in North Carolina. Okay, like that joint is getting dumped. I don't care what that joint is getting sold. I'm coming up a quick 100. I'll put the 100 into another property here where I can keep an eye on it, or I can project manage a property manager and people to take care of it.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask you about that, and that kind of segues into
rabbit hole.
He's like, so, how do you feel about property management companies? Do you think they're good? Do you personally, manage all of your own properties, or do you have help in doing it?
Hell no. I have a personal brand, which is why I'm here on this podcast. I got United Home Relief. I got Above Maximum Basketball. I don't have time to be collecting no rent on the first of the month. So I pay somebody a lousy $50 or whatever the percent is, right? $50, $100, whatever it is to collect the rent. Not only do they collect rent though, because that part is kind of annoying, like, man, cash at me, you know what I'm saying? But not only do they collect rent, but if something goes wrong, like last week, a refrigerator in one of our units went out. I'm not going there to do anything. Property manager handled the refrigerator, you know what I mean? We didn't even have to come out of pocket for that. They just paid less rent that month. You know what I mean? Like it's that simple if you structure it that way. It's all business, bro. Like real estate.
I literally did that 2 months ago.
Yep.
Pay less rent on the jig because I had to.
Okay. Instead of $1,500, give me $1,300. Exactly. I'll get a used fridge to put in your unit. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? Real. And we take pride in like our units. We try to always make sure that they're of a living standard that we would live in. You know, that's just how we are as people. Because there's some slumlords, bro.
That's also slumlord shit in New York City is like very, very frequent. You know
very frequent. They just let the joint leaking, whatever. But they in New York, so they know they can collect $2,000 profit. You know, you paying $2,600 with 2 roommates in a 2-bedroom,
and you can look at somebody like, where you gonna go?
Yeah. Where you gonna go?
Then 26 with 2 roommates?
He holding you down for the low.
Trash.
You know what I mean? So. If that answers the question.
No, definitely. Because a lot of people, you do hear a lot when you start talking about property managers
are
and
dumb
stuff like
in
that.
general. Every time we speak to a lady, they're always trying to, like, for sale by owners. Prime example. For sale by owners are good to, you could go in there and try to wholesale it instead. Or like, she's a licensed realtor, so we'll have her try to get the listing, sell it on the market, obviously and collect the commission, right? People do it for sale by